Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om, Namaste. On behalf of Vidyaparampara, I am delighted to present to all of you SANÀTANA DHARMÆ Unplugged, an interactive talk by Dr. Girija Krishnan. Firstly, my namaskarams to Dr. Girija Krishnan and a warm welcome to all of you present here today. Before we start the proceedings, we shall first light the lamp. I call Srimati Pooja Pavan to please come and light the lamp. Now I request Kumari Vembu Pushkala to come and sing the prayer song.
Sharade Karunanidhe Sakala Navamba Sada Janan Sharade Karunanidhe Sakala Navamba Sada Janan Charanadimagita Vaibhava Purita Khila Diktate Sharade Karunanidhe Sakala Navamba Sada Janan Charanadimagita Vaibhava Purita Khila Diktate Sharade Karunanidhe Bharma Bhushan Bhushite Vararatna Mauli Virajite Sharmadahini Karma Mochini Nirmalam Kurumanasam Bharma Bhushan Bhushite Vararatna Mauli Virajite Sharmadahini Karma Mochani Nirmalam Kurumanasam Sharade Karunanidhe Sakala Navamba Sada Janan Hastasandhrita Pustakakshapati Sudha Ghatamudrike Kastavasti Varnane Chaturo Narakhacharothava Hastasandhrita Pustakakshapati Sudha Ghatamudrike Kastavasti Varnane Chaturo Narakhacharothava Sharade Karunanidhe Sakala Navamba Sada Janan Charanadimagita Vaibhava Purita Khila Diktate Sharade Karunanidhe Sharade Karunanidhe Sharade Karunanidhe.
Thank you so much, Pushkala, for that beautiful song. May Sharada Mata bless this talk to be a great success. It is my absolute honor and privilege to introduce to you all today today's speaker who really needs no introduction. A beloved pediatrician, she has served society for over 40 years before retiring as the director of Basansani Hospital. She continues to serve at Ramakrishna Mission. Even today, if you go there, you can consult with her. I still take my children. She runs Uttama Praja and Uttama Vidyarthi, two very, very useful programs to society. In Uttama Praja, she grooms young fathers on how to bring up their children really well. This happens at Basansani. Through Uttama Vidyarthi, she trains school students through 3-minute short stories every day in class. Very interesting and useful to bring up the next generation carrying forward the values of Sanatana Dharma. Apart from this, she is the chairperson of Tiruppugal Anbargal. A very, very warm welcome to you and a great honor to have you.
Thank you, Varsha. I've been telling her to stop introducing me with so many words. Anyway, she doesn't listen. So, shall I start?
Shall I continue?
Oh, you have some more.
2 more things to say. I humbly present a few words about vidyaparampara for those of you who are new to us. I know there are many of our students, many of our class participants here. It's delightful to see everyone today. So vidyaparampara is basically an organization for preserving and promoting the values of Sanatana Dharma, especially among today's youth. So we have an eponymous YouTube channel that we started in 2021. We have over 800, 750 plus videos in the channel, which has a lot of Stotram learning series, story videos, festival specials. So if you follow the channel, you get to learn a lot about our Dharma in a non-preachy way. We all want that, right? Information without the lecture. So you will find that at Vidyaparampara. So do me a favor, all of you, open your YouTube, subscribe to Vidyaparampara channel if you haven't done so already. Right? Anyone here who is not subscribed, do so right now. Apart from subscribing to our channel, you can also support us through financial contributions. Many of our students and other well-wishers do contribute occasionally to keep the channel going. It is fully funded by the users of the channel. So we welcome contributions. For information on how to make contributions, you may contact me personally or watch any of our videos. The details are there. Okay, without further ado, let's start today's program. Sanatana Dharma Unplugged. Everyone's eagerly waiting to see what doctor has to say, right? So over to her.
Thank you. Nice to see all of you on a Sunday morning. See, Sanatana Dharma Unplugged is a very modern kind of name. I had named this topic as Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. That was the name I had given for this topic. But we wanted a very contemporary and modern name for it, so it has become Sanatana Dharma Unplugged. So, now let me start with what Swami Vivekananda says. See, Swamiji says, because of our past and because of our prenatal influences, it is better off you are when born with the right rubber stamp, with the right stamp. This is a very, very famous and important saying of Swami Vivekananda. The fact that all of you are here shows that all of you have a correct rubber stamp. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. That is, even the desire to come and listen and participate in such an event needs a blessing, needs something from the past. So, all of you already have the right rubber stamp. So now we just have to improve ourselves on this. Now, how true is this statement? See, we have read that in Bhagavad Gita, they say, to be prayerful, you have to pray. So, here is a statement which says, you have to be born with the right rubber stamp for you to be able to progress in spiritual life. So all of you have the right stamp, so that is very clear. The fact that you are here itself clears that. See, Swamiji says very, very simple things. He says, just least good of others. If you think good for another person, that itself gives you the strength of a lion. And that's a very simple thing to do. Just to cultivate that habit of thinking good for another person. That's not a very difficult thing to do. So, that is one very, very basic statement, and which is a very powerful thing. He says, if we think of others, we get the strength of a lion. And Sharada Ma says another thing. Because we cannot always be in the company of saints or great individuals, be in the company of good books. Which again, you all are doing. So I think you all are fulfilling everything. Step by step, I will tell you what all you all are fulfilling. And participate in satsangs, which is happening. Apart from whatever you all are reading, allot some time. If you are allowed to read fiction, you can read all kinds of books. Allot some time to read about the Ramayana, Mahabharata, and also the life of saints. Because there is lot that we get by reading the life of saints. So that is why it is very important. So these three, if you keep a series, you read 1 hour, you read fiction. 15 minutes you allocate to reading something about our scriptures. And 2 other points, that is selfless work and unconditional love. Both this, if you understand the meaning of this, there will be no wars, no fights between people, among us, among spouse, among friends. There will be no fight if we understand the meaning of selfless love. It is love for love's sake. See, in these years, if you see your grandparents or your parents, how many years of living together, in between, it is not that they did not have differences or they did not have wars, but that those didn't break them. It was because at every point of time, there was one selfless aspect to the love. That is what keeps families together. If we understand, we can have actually there are many stories in our scriptures which explain this selfless love. So that I would want unconditional love. I will tell her to pass on those stories to you people. Then of course selfless work, if we all incorporate one selfless act every day, the amount of happiness that will give you. Simple things. You can think about it yourself. I had one session in a school and the children came, I went there after 2 months, the children came and said, you know what I'm doing? I'm making my servant's child finish her homework every day. And then I go and meet one old lady who stays alone and I ask her every day if she wants anything from the market. Something like that. And something even better would be if you all can read to a blind child. I tell you, that is the best. If you can spend half an hour, not once a week, whatever, if you just get into that blind association and do reading for a blind child, that's a wonderful help for that child and it's a wonderful thing for you. We will understand the perspective of life will change once you associate with a child which has difficulties. See, the Upanishads say different things about the Sanatana Dharma. I am just quoting one. It says, Shrinvantu Vishwe Amritasya Putraha. I am sure you all are understanding what I say. Listen, children of immortality. He says, Amritasya Putraha. Rich, poor, Brahmin, Paraya, man, woman, Asian, European, whoever, we are all children of immortality and bliss. We are infinite, we are divine. This is the teaching of India. This is Sanatana Dharma. That all of us, this is how we start, that all of us are equal, be it man or woman or be it of any caste, color, creed, be it from India or America or wherever, all humanity is the same and they are divine. This is what is the crux, the bottom of our Sanatana Dharma. So if all of us are divine, then there is no, if all of us are divine, then where is the question of us fighting with each other? If we are able to understand that and bring it into our daily practice, then there will be no differences. So here Swamiji has given a wonderful example. He says there was a clay elephant and a clay mouse. Both of them are made by the same material. So you and I are made of the same material. I may be 70 years old, you may be 15 years old. Doesn't matter. Made of the same material. The difference is there between you and me. But there is no inequality between you and me. This point we should all understand. See, the elephant looks very big, it does different things. But suppose the elephant is covered with a net. If the mouse is not there, that net will never go. Elephant will be tangled in that. So each person belonging to whichever segment of the community has an importance, and they grow like that. So it is that we are different, but we are not unequal. Each one has an importance. Now if you take our hospital, suppose I take my hospital, and suppose my cleaning staff decide not to come for 2 days. Will the hospital run? Is it possible for us? The hospital can function without the doctor. Fan up. So it can function without a doctor, but can it function without the cleaning staff? This is what we have to understand, that everybody is extremely important. They have a role to play. You have been given one role, I have been given one role. Whatever role you are in, do it well. Be proud of what you're doing. I always tell our staff, even the cleaning staff or anybody, whatever work you're doing, do it with pride. That is my job. If I know only to sweep, I will do that sweeping so well that it looks, everybody feels, oh, I'm doing a wonderful job. If I know only to do something the smallest, I know to cook. There are so many women now today who know how to cook. So what are they doing? They are cooking and feeding so many people. There are so many old age people who are unable to cook at home. So whatever work we do, so there is nothing called class, creed, caste. All these things are man-made. Let me tell you, our Sanat Dharma did say that people are of different types, people have to do different things. But that has been highlighted and made into a big mess today, which is not the right thing for us to do. So what you people have to do is to understand it correctly and then go forward. There are only differences, there is no inequality. See, if you look at the what does our Bhagavad Gita tell us? That the same Atma is there within me and within you and within everybody, everywhere. And every being is divine. So we should treat the soul within us does not have a sex. It's not male soul, female soul, or it is not a rich soul or a poor soul or a Brahmin soul the soul is same. It's a divine soul inside within each one of us. That is not divided. It is the body and this mind which has created all this. So the respect for the soul has to be there according to that, not according to what our mind has started thinking. And in this Swamiji, one more statement he says is, destruction, this Sanatana Dharma is equality. Its destruction would mean the destruction of the universe, of the entire creation, of all that is good in the world. This is what Swami Vivekananda says, the importance of this thought. And simple thing like sympathy for the poor and the downtrodden. That sympathy alone, can help us to become better in human beings. If we develop these small things, if we develop in our mind, we become great human beings. See, Brahminhood is actually, if you see, transfer of knowledge from the Vedas down till today has happened through a set of people who had the ability to remember, memorize. If that ability, whoever has that ability is a Brahmin. Anybody who has that ability to remember and recall and reproduce and pass it on down to the next generation, he is a Brahmin. See, we have saints, we have Nayanmars, we have Alvars who have been of various communities. Nobody said you have to be this or this, only then you can be a great bhakta. They have been great composers. So they have been of different classes. So that kind of mentally that has been propagated, I will tell you why that has come. And then today what has happened is, the attitude has been to degrade the Brahmin and think that the rest of the world is fine, which is actually wrong. The idea is not to bring down what is at a higher level. It is the lower level should raise up to that higher level. That is what is required. If the brain and the memory power of a set of people is not utilized, they are disgraced, they are sent away, or they move away from the country, then who is at a loss? It is Sanatana which is at a loss. The aim should be those who cannot match with that should raise their level. That should be our thought, and that should be our understanding of this whole system. See, everyone only reads certain things which are projected by our press or by certain books or by certain talk. So you get a totally wrong concept of the whole thing. So that is one thing which all of you should understand. That is a very, very important thing that all of us, we should bring into our mind, that look at everyone as equal. If we are able to bring that thought right now at this age, then you will be wonderful ambassadors of Sanatana Dharma. If you are able to understand that all are equal, this one circumstance is low. See, in a class of 40, the same teacher teaches the same thing. But why is it one child gets 100 marks, one child gets 50? Now we don't say that the one who gets 100, whatever he is, and this 50 should be condemned. For the teacher, all the children are equal. So everybody has a different ability, and according to their ability, they get into a job. The person who gets 50 does whatever he can do. The person who gets 90 does whatever he can do. We cannot have one society which has got everybody at the same level. We are not like that. It's not possible. So Sri Aurobindo, now I am just giving you what our great teachers, great saints have said about Sanatana. Then I will give you exact points about what is Sanatana. See, Sri Aurobindo, he was very radical. He was a great saint, but he was so he said that Sanatana Dharma for us is nationalism. Khatam. He said, if you want to call yourself a Bharatiya, you have to follow Sanatana Dharma. He was that radical. He said, Hindu nation was born with Sanatana. Then he says, when this declines, the whole nation declines. It will perish. If Sanatana Dharma perishes, the nation will perish. So that strong was his view. So now if we go into the meaning, Sanatana as a word, it means eternal, ageless, and which has no beginning or end. This all of us know, we are able to say it very proudly. But do we really respect it, give it the due respect? That is what we need to do. And now Dharma. What is Dharma? Come.
Dharma means the path of rightness.
Very good. Very good. So, that's very nice. Yuvraj. Good. Okay. So now, Dharma. See, you know what? When Brahma started Srishti, he created man. A whole lot of people had been created. So then what happened? Then he realized if there wasn't a set of rules available, it would become might is right. The stronger person will finish the weaker person. So then this Dharma, a set of rules as to how we should live, how you should lead your life, these rules were laid down right. Like day one, if man was created, day two, Dharma had to come. Because day 1.5, ego had already come, which means war. Between 10 people, there will be 5 groups. So, immediately, this set of rules have come. So, the Sanatana Dharma is this set of rules that we are talking about. It is not something that, so it is universal to mankind. It's not just that only people in this room have to follow this rule of whatever. The whole mankind, if there is man anywhere, these rules have to be followed. That is why it appeals to some who do not belong to India, who do not belong to Hinduism also. It appeals because we have given such a broad base of set of rules. And Sanatana has to be rooted in the Vedas, because everything for us has originated from the Vedas. And the crux, the basic point in Sanatana Dharma is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which all of you know. So it is that the whole world is one family. So we do say this, all of us say this, we should feel it too. And I agree, only us feeling it is no use, but still we should continue to feel it. It is not that because they are doing this, I will not do. We have to continue to feel Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is very important, because that is what has been said in our scriptures. So now if somebody asks you, you're talking that you all are all Sanatanis, Sanatana Dharma, followers of Sanatana. What is this? Who is a Sanatani? What do you understand? You should be able to stand up and see, we are people who believe in the Vedas. We believe that world is one family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We don't kill or conquer. We believe in ahimsa paramo dharma. Then we live in peace and happiness. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. These three statements, if we remember and we are able to say it confidently and mean it and explain it, have the ability to explain it, then you would have explained, you can protect your dharma. And Sanatana Dharma is nationalism, and selfless work and unconditional love is part of Sanatana Dharma. These are the 5 points that we must all remember. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, ahimsa paramo dharma, nationalism, sarve sukhino bhavantu, then selfless work and unconditional love. All this put together, if these 6 points you are able to remember and you are able to understand and try to bring it into your daily practice, battle is won. Now, going into further information about this, we have multiple gods, many gods, but each one has one favorite god. For us, we call that one Parabrahmam in various names. Several hundreds, so many names. But each one has one favorite god within their heart. Ishta Devata. So, there is no one god, but there is one god. Like that. There is no one prophet. We don't have like only one person who has said Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma. We have got so many people saying so many things. We have so many rishis, so many philosophers, so many saints. Everybody has said many things. Actually, it is because we are not dogmatic. We don't say one person, if he says, that's it. If he says something, that's it. If he says something right or wrong, that's it. It's not like that for us. Actually, the fact that Sanatana Dharma has survived for so many, 5,000 or 10,000 or whatever number of years, is because of that. There have been so many religions which have come on the way. Many of them have disappeared. At present, there are only 10, 12. In that, there are only 3, 4 which are very commonly spread over the world. There are other smaller ones all over. But there have been so many which have disappeared. So, we should understand the greatness of our dharma is that it has given us a lot of freedom, and the reason why it has survived is it has allowed people to question, and it has allowed people of various thoughts to give explanations to the same mantra. So, these are the points which should make us proud, and this is the crux, the reason why it is there for this many 10,000 years. There is no single philosophy. See, you can have Advaita, Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, Shaivism, everything, all kinds of, and everything is possible, and everyone can remain united, and we are taught from day zero that we must respect another person, whatever be their thought. That is we are never told that disrespect or destroy another thought. There is no single book that we follow. Many of you were very worried. Which book? Nobody knows. Doesn't matter. You know the Ramayana, that's enough. Ramanand Sagar did a wonderful job. Everybody here came to know Ramayana, whether they read the book or not. And he did a very decent job because he consulted 15 types of Ramayana and made the serial. And audio visual is always very useful. But that doesn't mean you don't read the book. Everybody must read. Actually, Ramayana and Mahabharata, if read and understood in a proper way, we don't need to go anywhere else. That gives you the Gita, that gives you the Vedas, that explains the various concepts of the Upanishads. Let us just concentrate on these two. Start in story form. In all those small stories, big truths have been explained. Only you should take the truth from it, not look at, what is happening. We don't listen to the whole story as a teaching. We always look at some of the small things that are, irritating us. We think that is abnormal, that is wrong. How can it be? Don't bother about those small things. Look at the big thing. There's so much to learn in the rest of the Ramayana, and only 2-3 episodes of some whatever which doesn't look right to us. We don't know how to explain it. That's all it is. Don't look at that. Look at the larger good for the better of our mind. So that is how we should look at it. Science. See, science is religion and religion is science. See, in our the various shastras, like if you see astronomy, you see astrology, if you see Vastu Shastra, if you see mathematics, everything, who are these people who have been the base for all this? They are all saints. They are all followers of Sanatana Dharma. These are the people, their brain is the one that has brought out the value of zero, the number. See, if you look at small things, science, if you see, science of today is reaching one level which has been there in our scriptures long ago. See, simple, let me tell you, hospital, this ultrasound machine, the adults will know. This ultrasound machine, it is, when I finished my MBBS, that was in 1976, there was no ultrasound machine. We all palpated and found whether the head was down or up before delivery. We knew how to identify whether this is going to be normal delivery or not. But, in the Bhagavatam, in 3rd Skandam, there is full detail about how the baby looks at 15 days, 30 days, 45 days, 70 days, 100 days, complete 3rd month, 4th month, 5th month. Complete description is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. And when was Bhagavatam written? And today, 50 years back, till then, there was no machine which should have shown. Today, everybody is very proud. I saw my baby kicking. He's got long fingers. He's got eyes like this. He's got nose like this. All kinds of things we are finding out. But this was written in our Srimad Bhagavatam. So, see, we all, the natural tendency for all of us is to look down upon certain things. In this modern outlook, that is, I am modern. Let me tell you, nobody is modern. If you say dharma of yesterday, dharma that came from Brahma, truth, How does truth change because it is 20th or 21st century? Truth is the same. It doesn't change because we are in 21st century. Similarly, see, it's simple. One more example I would like to give. See, in Ramayana and Mahabharata, we have seen, Mahabharata especially, we have seen Brahma Astra, Vishnu Astra, Narayana Astra, whatever. What are all these astras? They have, somebody says a mantra, there is some astra in their hand, and that is sent, pointed to one person or one place, one something. Today, in 2026, we saw missiles. That is the astra. The mantra is what they are typing into the computer. And it became a shastra. And today we are able to send 500 kilometers away something which is going and hitting the right target, right man, right something, under the earth, above the earth, what all they are doing. So this was there in Mahabharata. At that, when you read or listen to Mahabharata, your mind says, in those days they have written some fiction. Let me tell you, everything that is there in our scriptures is possible. Science has not reached there. Science is 10,000 years behind time. Maybe if we all live or we come back again 2,000 years later, something else also we would have found out. They had a Pushpaka Viman then. Today we have planes. So a lot of things have been there in our scriptures which we have either ignored or looked at it with edo some fiction, aa kalamlo nadisindi emo, that kind of, we have that, which is wrong. If there is something you do not understand in our scriptures, leave it. Don't look down upon it. Don't criticize it. Don't laugh at it. One day you will understand. Did you ever think that we will have missiles which will go like this, point to point and hit? It has happened today. Science has done it. So, respect. Then, see, we are supposed to have so many, 80,000 births before we become a human. This human birth that we have got is a very coveted birth, because this is the only one which has got a brain and also has got a will, a free will. We are able to decide, we are able to understand right, wrong, we are able to understand dharma, adharma. So all these things, only we have that capacity. Animals also have a brain, but it's a limited brain. They only know their own. I will kill for food. If I'm not hungry, I will not kill. Clean. They have one. And for them, that killing for food is not a crime. So that they follow their dharma 100%. It is only we, because we have been given brain, we use it and we do wrong or right, depending on the situation. So that is important. So in this, what I mean to say is that you can be born, you start from a one-cell amoeba, then you grow, then you become a plant, then you become an insect, then you become a vertebrate, then slowly you come up and you become a human. So this human birth is the most blessed. We don't realize that we have come from one amoeba or a bacteria, God knows, virus. Maybe we were COVID when last time, God knows. So now we have come to this level. So let us utilize this human birth. So that is the importance. Then of course Vedas, I have told you, very, very important. And Vedas are apaurushaya. That is, this is not something that humans have written or humans have said. This has come, the words have come from that great Paramatma to Brahma. Then it came to the Sapta Rishis, and from Sapta Rishis it has come down to various other Rishis, all through the word of mouth, Shruti. And then it has come down to, see, the memory power was such an important thing. There are stories in which overnight 50,000 shlokas were memorized by a person. If you read the life of Ramanuja, you will find the story. How his book was stolen. He had got it from somewhere in Kashmir. His book got stolen on the way, and then that person who was with him said, "Don't worry, I remember. Overnight, 50,000 shlokas could be memorized. If that is the capacity of our brain. And today, 2 lines we are not able to memorize. Children are not taught tables in school, isn't it? Are you all taught tables in school? Tables. See, they don't know the word tables nowadays.
He's forgotten it.
So, we are not, if we push ourselves, the capacity of, if they were also human beings like us. They were not some separate something. They were also similar to us. We do not push our brain. That is the capacity of our brain. We can do wonders. I am so happy that Varsha makes you all memorize. Fantastic thing she is doing. She makes it compulsory. Unless you memorize, you cannot recite. So, all of you are now becoming, see, if you see, I'm not taking too much time.
No, please continue.
If you see, you go to Veda Patashalas. If you just go and talk to those children in the Veda Patashalas, they are, from the age of 7, they are only memorizing. They have to memorize everything. And all of them are made to appear in the 10th class exam. In that open schooling, they are made to appear in the 10th class exam. You go and, because then some teachers go and do other subject teaching to them. So that, they have to learn the language and maths and this and that. But the response, the reaction that we get from the teachers is that these children are so good in maths and other subjects that, they take the concept immediately. A big sum is told, they will give you the answer like that, which normal children are unable to do. Why does this happen? It is because reciting the Veda mantras sharpens your brain. Now we are getting, our Gayatri mantra is being studied by the West, and they are saying this is the biggest brain workout for a human is reciting the Gayatri mantra. And how many people in our country recite it? Everybody knows Gayatri mantra, we all know. How many do we recite? There now, I believe in Scotland, some schools they are teaching Gayatri mantra because they have found that repeated recitation of the Gayatri mantra is improving the memory power of children. So they are reciting our mantras. So we are now caught in one kind of flux in our country that we don't know what to do. Though we have so much good, we don't know how to go about it. And then in our dharma, we treat God as a human. God comes as a human to us, and God in the temples also, all our gods are in a human form. So we respect that as a human. So we feed them, we dress them, we have abhishekam, then every festival is celebrated. That is our way of respecting, giving our respect. And all of us are aware that we don't believe in conversion. That is very clearly said in the Gita. Never ever try to convince a person who does not have faith. That's very clearly said. So we have no such intention that, I should go here, go there, try to convince people and make them Hindus. We don't have that target at all. We are not given, in my lifetime, I have to convert 100 people, then only I go to heaven. We don't have any such thing. If they have, whoever, you be good, do good, you'll go to heaven anyway. You don't have to do all these things. Comes to dharma. 2 words. Sanatana, so far we have understood whatever. What is this dharma? See, for us, dharma is universal. So it is not that, it's not like it's for me, you, boy, girl, living in India, living in America, living anywhere. We call dharma is for all of mankind. Now, ahimsa is the base. Ahimsa paramo dharma. So in that, ahimsa is not a negotiable dharma. It is not a negotiable value. It is not that I will say, jaane do, hota hai, hone do, that kind. And it is most important for, see, simple if you look at it, does anybody want to get hurt? whether I ask you or myself, or I ask somebody in Canada, or I ask somebody in Scotland, I ask somebody in Dubai, I ask somebody in Australia, do you want to get hurt? What are they going to say? No. So it's universal. So not hurting is a universal law. That's all we are saying. So now this not hurting is not just, killing is not the only thing. Killing is not the only thing. There are 100 ways you can hurt. So everything comes under that. Not cheating, not stealing, not robbing, not telling lies, not taking advantage of a weak person. So all this is centered around ahimsa. If you do all this, you cheat somebody, you steal, you rob, you hurt, you do anything, all that is himsa. So ahimsa is a very, very important crux of life on earth, and which is universal. So you can't say ahimsa only for Indians, only for Hindus. Everyone else also doesn't want to get hurt. So that is an important thing.
Shankar, can you chant a few lines on ahimsa?
Namaste. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha tatha himsa paro damaha. Ahimsa paramam danam. Ahimsa paramastapaha. Ahimsa paramo yajnaha. Tatha himsa param balam. Ahimsa paramam mitram. Ahimsa paramam sukham. Which means non-violence is the highest religion, and non-violence is the highest self-control. Non-violence is the highest charity, and non-violence is the highest penance. Non-violence is the highest sacrifice, and non-violence is the highest strength. Non-violence is the best friend, and non-violence is our greatest happiness. Dhanyavadaha.
Very good.
Thank you, Shankar.
Very good. See, simple thing. This shloka was given to him yesterday, and he has memorized it, told same shloka, if you give it to her or give it to me, I may not be able to memorize only. She will do it. I won't be. What is the reason for that? What is the reason? See, our mind is filled. With age, it is filled. I have to make a conscious effort to create space in my mind so that I can absorb and memorize something. That is why we say, when a child is born, what do we say? Here is a child given to you whose mind is like a plain white paper. Write good things on it. That is the base. Why do we say expose the child to a positive vibrations, expose the child to a positive environment, so that good things are written on that white paper, not the fighting and shouting and screaming on the TV. The TVs are on all the time. All that rubbish is going into the child's mind. So write good things. Good things have been written in your minds. So I'm happy that you children are, each one of you has been coming. If children have been coming to me for 25, 30 years, they've been coming to her for 15 years. Or even more. Good. So now, see, we 6 pillars of Sanatana Dharma. So, I told you about Dharma. Then just all these are similar to that himsa, ahimsa. We know truthfulness, satya, daya, tapas, shuddhi, dana, and adhyatma gyan. These are the 6 pillars of Sanatana Dharma. So here now, tapas, let us take. See, not telling the truth is himsa. Not showing daya to anybody, not showing compassion is himsa. Not doing any austerity. Now, what is this austerity that we are talking about? See, that you took a sankalp that you will reach here at 9:45 is also an austerity. That is also, you have done a sankalp to do something. Step it a little more. She makes you memorize. You do it. All of you do memorize, and lots you all have memorized. That is one. That is also a tapas. Now, let us further go a little higher. All of us think tapas or austerity is Ekadashi, one day, one time we will not eat. Fine. Something that brings discipline into us, that is austerity. That's all. Regular discipline, in whichever way you take it. But now what I feel, all of us, including me, you know what is our tapas that we have to do is, we have to fix number of hours that we will not be on social media. Right. That we will be away from our phone. I think that is most important today. Because it's including me, I'm not saying that I am a saint. All of us have got so much bogged down with this social media and with this audio, this music, that story, all kinds of, even if it is good, we should be away from that. So I feel Ekadashi Vratam, this Vratam also should be there. One Vratam for being away from my phone. Chalo, let me try to do that. That would be a good... Now comes our duties. I'm not going very much into the details. I've just put up some pictures here. Have duties towards... We have duty towards society, we have duty towards our parents, our ancestors, our children, towards God. All these duties which all of us know. I'm not going into great details about this. In this, duty towards society. See, all of us do our regular work, regular job. Today the situation has become that if somebody does their regular job correctly and genuinely, we applaud them. I will just give you a couple of examples from the hospital. See, we do what is within the purview of our duty, we do it. We do that well. But our duty does not end in doing only our duty well. There is something more that we should do. That little extra concern, extra that you do beyond what is you are paid for, that is what defines you. That is what defines you. In whichever, wherever, whatever, it need not necessarily be job, whatever, wherever you are in that little extra that we do, which I would still get that salary for what I am doing. That little extra for which I am not going to be paid or given any, that is what is important, and that is what defines an individual. Totally doing for money is one. Do that well, do go, that's fine. But doing that little extra only defines you. For us, as doctors, we get lot of opportunity to do that. For all others in various professions, I don't know how it works, but you must look for it. You must look for that opportunity or that idea, keep this concept in mind that I must do something beyond. Simple. Let me give you an example of what happened. There was a baby who had hearing deficit since birth. I hope they have not come. That child was from, the parents were, the father, they were Telugu, and was having vehicles. They were driving vehicles. That was the standard. And it was very, up to third class, the child was very intelligent. There was no problem. So he was studying very well and all. Then at around third class, something made me, I called them back. I said, you have to move to English medium. So then they were taken aback. They said, why should we go to English medium? Who will take care? None of us, we don't know English. How will we back up the child's studies? I said, nothing doing. You have to get into English medium because future for this child is in computer or in an office will not give you a job with Telugu medium. So you're not going to speak much. You'll be able to do many things. So they took up that thing so reluctantly. Then I spoke to the principal, explained, this child will do very well. Just help them to convert to, and keep him in the normal school. Don't send him away to whatever other school. So this kind of extra little thought that you do changes the life of a person. That is what you must always think. What I do for money is fine. I do it anyway. I have to do it. If I don't do, there'll be a rod on my head which will make me do it. What I do, not for money, beyond this, is what defines who you are. Think about this, and this is very important. All of you must keep this in mind throughout. You're going to take up a job soon. Come on, keep that in mind. We have now covered what is Sanatana, what is Dharma. Then a wee bit to clarify the misconceptions about the caste system. Then what are our duties? This much we have. And we also have reiterated that the same Atma is within me and you and you and you. And that Atma doesn't have any upper class, lower class, male, female, American, Indian, Hindu, Christian, nothing. Atma is one, same everywhere. This much we have covered. Now, I found a lot of questions had come. I think out of the 30 odd questions, 25 of them is why? Why don't we react? Why are we not proud? Why are we scared? Why are we enamored by Western culture? Why are we divided? Why don't we go to temple? Why are we not taught our culture in schools? A lot of why questions. Why, all kinds of whys. The whole thing, there is only one answer. Let me tell you, see, this is a country, this is a culture which has faced invaders and colonizers for 1,000 years. Okay? So what did these invaders and colonizers do to us? They completely crushed us to believe that what they do is good, what we do is wrong. We are barbarians. We do not have anything that we say or do has no meaning. This was what has completely ingrained into the minds for the last 10 generations. If it is 1,000 years, it's more than 10 generations. That many generations, this has been dinned into our head constantly. So what has happened? A tremendous feeling of inferiority, lack of self-image, lack of self-respect has just been buried, driven into our minds. So what? Lack of unity also. And no, again, I'll come to that. So then what has happened? So it takes some time for all this to go. We have just got out of all this mess and we are only 70 years old. We are still very young compared to what is our dharma. That it survived all these onslaughts, we should be proud of it. Many religions have even disappeared because of several onslaughts. We have survived. So there are so many positive points in our dharma, that is why we have survived. So we should understand these things. Instead of feeling, why are we behaving? I am telling you, we are behaving the way we are behaving only because slave mentality has been dinned into our head. We are slowly coming out of it. Slowly we are coming out of it. So now, what is it? 70 years? So initial 70 years, it took us. We had poverty. We had to take care of feeding this many people. We had to educate our people. There was total lack of literacy. They had completely destroyed our libraries, our books, our good places, everything was destroyed. And then what, gradually, it took us this much time to get over all these things. Now we are at a position that we can start bringing about revival of our, we should not call it revival, that's a wrong word, or what we should say, showcasing our dharma. And how do you showcase? You showcase only with, if you follow it. So, following our dharma. So, 2047, 100 years of freedom for this country, Sanatana should be at its height. And the world should look at us for knowledge and spirituality. So that is, and the responsibility of this whole thing falls on your shoulders. 2047, we won't be there. So it falls on your shoulders. So that is the reason why see our population census, the way it is going on, the last census itself has said that in next 10 years, 60 to 70% of our population is going to be below 40 years. Look at the number of people who are going to be below 40 years. If you people, you are the ambassadors of Sanatana Dharma. If you don't understand and you don't stand for it, then where is the future? We will become another, I don't even know which country to say. So now, I would like to now just highlight one point about
Question answers by the kids. We're waiting eagerly for all of you to ask questions. So we want time for that
I've answered
also.
most 25 questions. I've finished answering. See, there is a common notion that, you know, that there is brain drain. All the educated, highly educated people from IITs and IIMs are going away abroad and then working for another country, getting big names in that country, and they are all becoming CEOs of various other American companies. That is happening. That is true. But let me tell you the positive aspect of this whole thing. See, the good brains, not all are going abroad. There are a lot of good brains here. You all are all not going abroad. So, the good brains that are going, anybody as a family, when they go abroad, they take their culture along with them. Initially, for a few years, of course, the glamour, the money, the place, they are surrounded by all that. Once they cross that period, that initial few years, they come back to their roots. See, when you see what is happening in the West, in all the countries other than India, the number of temples that have come up in these countries is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. You will be surprised. I had gone to America 6 months ago to my brother's place. I was there for 20 days. And he deliberately made it a point that every single day he took me to a different temple. 20 temples in 20 days. Apart from whatever else we did, he made it a point. I said, what? Have I come to Kumbakonam or New Jersey? So he says, this is Kumbakonam of America. That many temples were there. And then, so what does this indicate? It indicates that our thought process, our culture, our dharma is getting recognition there. Okay, it is being installed by people of our origin. But what is interesting to see is when you go to any of these temples, at any given point of time, there are several non-Hindus, non-Indians there. And see, in every culture, it's a cycle. See, when you are poor, you want food. When you get food, you want a house. When you have food, you want education. When you have this, you want next. So there are societies which have completed the whole thing. Then what happens? They want something beyond. They want explanation to many thoughts that come in their mind. And what better Vedanta, what better way Vedanta can explain? Swamiji, Swami Vivekananda, Dayananda Saraswati, contemporary books, they are able to explain all these doubts that people are getting. So what is this if not passive colonization? For us, definition of colonization has always been destroy that society, completely condemn, destroy their culture, finish their individuality. Here, we never asked them to come to our temple. We built our temple, we are enough number to go to the temple. But they started coming. See the Hare Rama, Hare Krishna movement. How many people of different communities are part of it? See Amrita Anandamayi's group. How many non-Indians are there in that? So we didn't ask them, get converted. We didn't say, I'll pay you money, come, I'll convert you. We never said that. They are coming on their own. That is the greatness of Sanatana. That is what you should point out. That is what you should think about. Don't think about these narrow, see, all this, what you are all worried, your whole questions that came are worries about what man has done to the dharma. Dharma didn't say all these things. What man with his little buddhi that he has, what he has done. That is what is worrying all of you. And this lack of self-confidence and self-pride is because of these years of what we have gone through. Leave it. Now you are the generation who has to grow up with full confidence and be able to stand up and say, yes, I dress like this, I wear a bindi, I will talk like this, I have the power to. If you realize your inner strength, you will be able to stand against anybody. That is the strength that you people have to build up. Now, I am going to explain about, there is one, Puja. Everybody looks at us and says, what is this? You people have 33 crore devatas. So, I just want a small explanation I want to give you on this. That 33 koti devatas. Koti in Sanskrit does not mean, it means types. It does not mean crore. So this is 33 types of devatas for that cabinet of the Paramatma, of the Brahman, his cabinet. It's like his cabinet of ministers to do various jobs. So they are all doing their jobs for him. So it is not like, we've got, what is this? Hinduism has got 33 koti devatas. They have got gods everywhere for everything. They call this, that. So you should be able to explain that it is 33 types of jobs being done for that same president. So we have 12 Adityas, 11 Rudras, 8 Vasus and 2 Ashwini Kumaras. So I am not going into the further details of this. You all can read up about this. But the basis you should be able to understand it. It is like being a cabinet ministers, doing different jobs. So now, what do you do when somebody insults your God? You fight. I know. That's what we are taught. What are we taught to do? That is, what does our dharma tell us? That he is ignorant. He doesn't know what he is talking about. Leave him. That is one way of doing. That's why what most of us do, we leave it. One day he will understand. Second is, if you have the power in you, you have the strength, you have the knowledge, not physical strength. You have the knowledge. Try to explain. If he understands, fine. Leave it. If you don't have neither knowledge nor strength, move away from the scene. That anyway, all of us do. But if you have the strength and you have the knowledge, stand up. Stand up for it. So here, see, we should think of this situation. I'll tell you the story afterwards. if it goes beyond your, of course, we must all stand up. Not, if you are not empowered, you do not have the power to stand up, be careful. See, the story in Ramayana, you know the story of Jatayu. What is the lesson that we take from Jatayu? Jatayu was an old bird. But he stood up against Ravana, doing an adharmic act. He stood up against Ravana and fought to his ability, whatever was his ability. That is a positive point that we can take out of Jatayu's life. We need people to react. So that is why, if you take the Ashtanga Yoga, first thing is keep your body fit. That is very, very important. All of us must keep our body fit, mind fit, with the right amount of knowledge. Then only we can even talk. To talk also you need energy. So all that we should first see to it that we are all fit human beings. So health is also very important. So here, if you take the other example of the theory of karma, I don't want you all to get into it in great detail, but yes, I will explain what it is. See, we in our dharma, we are very, very clear that every act of ours will produce a result. We are told not to give credence to that result, but every good or bad act of ours has a result. And that result is accumulated in our, there is one bank which is there, it keeps getting accumulated, plus and minus, credit and debit. It keeps on happening. So now, this karma of ours, we call it Sanchita, Prarabdha and Agami. Whatever we do today gets accumulated and it is sitting in that bank balance of ours somewhere. Out of that, certain FDs, they mature. And all that has matured is what we are facing today. In this life, whatever we are going through is all those matured FDs. There are many sitting there which have yet to mature. They will take their own time. So it is like, if you put a dhania seed, the dhania grows in 4 days. But you put a mango seed, it takes 10 years to give you a mango fruit. So like that, each act of ours fructifies, and in this life, there is one set of prarabdhas which we have to face. That is why many times we don't understand. We are unable to explain why I got this sickness, why I had this accident. I am a very good person. Everybody feels like that. That is beyond us. So here, in this way, when somebody talks ill of our gods, there is a karma involved in that. So we also have a tendency to leave it. He will face his own karma. He's talking like this today, someday he will face it. So we leave it like that also. So next, we also know, see, negative emotions also takes you to a higher plane. If just take one example I am giving, Kamsa. Kamsa also continuously Krishna, 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 hatred of Krishna, but Krishna, Krishna, Krishna in his mind. So Kamsa also got moksha. So that also we have in our explanations are given in various ways. So when somebody is talking ill of our gods, yes, after a point, up to a point, all this tolerance, this works. But at a point, the same Krishna told Arjuna, get up and fight. He only said. So that also is there. So this dharma of ours is depending on the situation. We are supposed to use our discretion and work against it according to that. So all of us must remember, Kamsa also got moksha. Arjuna was asked to fight against half his family. Then there is another situation where leave it, you move away from it. All this is right. Nothing, you can't say moving away is wrong, fighting is wrong. You can't say like that. All are correct. In that circumstance, that is correct. We are all talking, save Hinduism, save Hinduism. Actually, does Hinduism need to be saved? It is there. It will, see, simple thing, if you take an example, the water evaporates from the sea, becomes a cloud, rain comes, falls on the hill, one small rivulet becomes a big river, goes and falls in the ocean, again water. That cycle is going on. Nobody is stopping it. Nobody's, we are not there in it. It's happening. Similarly, Sanatana Dharma has lived for millennium. And what are we trying? But Manu Smriti says very clearly that Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. If you do not respect and protect Dharma, Dharma will not come to rescue you. We are in that crossroads. Because today, following what is the right Dharma, we are forgetting. And also, how do we follow it, we are forgetting. Because every time when I talk, I talk with the youth. The new fathers, every week in the hospital, at least 10, 35, 30-year-olds I am talking to. It is very simple. The concept has become, I did only this much wrong. My neighbor did much more. I cheated only this much. But cheating, lying, that it is wrong has gone. I did less, he did more. So he is only a sinner. I have not done much. That attitude, we have to think about it. What do we want to do in life? We have to think. Not say, he did more cheating, I did less cheating. That's the way it is going on. That's why I wanted to stress this point. What is the culture of a nation? It says, Veda Akhilo Dharma Moolam. That is, that we accept Vedas are the Moolam, and from there, whatever Dharma has come, we follow. So today, what is happening? Yeah.
We are destroying it because our culture, our tradition, people are using misinformation, which means it's the worstest idea, and what can I say? It wouldn't be
Good job. Good job. Very good. See, when we are in crossroads, we will be in crossroads, always. In life, that will keep coming and going. When we are in crossroads, we should know, if we know Dharma, if we know what is written in our books, follow that. If we don't know that, follow what a guru or somebody elder to you who knows tells you. If you don't have anybody like that, the last resort is your conscience. But today the fashion is to say, my conscience is very clear. Your conscience can never be clear. Let me tell you, it will always be partial. If I am doing a wrong also, my conscience will tell, Jane do, I am doing a small mistake. Like when traffic light itself, nobody saw, let me cross the traffic light. So those small things. My mind will never tell I am 100% wrong. It will never tell. That should not be that should not be last resort. It should not be any resort at all. We should only take what is Dharma. And then truly, if you are following Dharma, you will always be in crossroads. 100% following Dharma is very, very tough. If you do this, I think I've told the story. The story of a saint who is a sage in the forest. There is one bandit, one fellow who's chasing a merchant. And that merchant, he wants to kill him. That merchant enters this monastery, this ashram. When he enters that. And now this sage has taken a vow, I will not tell lies. That fellow comes, asks him, where is that man who was going? And this fellow, because he has said, I will never tell lies, he's in crossroads. Telling a lie or showing that this fellow is here and getting him killed. Out of these two dharmas, when you are in a Ahimsa takes a higher role. Ahimsa takes a higher role. Because he told him, yes, he's here. This fellow came, killed that fellow and went, killed that merchant. So the sin of killing that merchant, half of it goes to that sage. So this kind of crossroads, you will... And respect your mother tongue, but never look down upon any other language. That's a very, very important thing. And let me tell you, the more languages you know, it is good for you. See, in today's curriculum, 3-language formula also has no place for Sanskrit. Because English is there, Hindi has to be there, and regional. Sanskrit again has no place. So, and now what NASA is saying, Sanskrit is doing this, Sanskrit, the rules of Sanskrit grammar, you people know better. Sanskrit grammar are so great that they are being used in computer languages. So, all these kind of things are there. And we are not respecting our own language, which is so unfortunate. See, we don't have one monitoring body. We don't have somebody, saying, fatwa, I will kill you, behead you. We don't have anything like that. But there's a lot of liberty. And most of our scriptures are question answers. That means anybody asks a question and somebody is trying to give answers. And then every scripture of ours, you take Bhagavad Gita, 10 bhashyams are there. So many people have interpreted it. They have interpreted in the Advaitic way, in the Dvaitic way, in the whichever way they want. Everything is right. We don't say that that is wrong, this is wrong. Everything is right. So we accept. That quality of acceptance is the reason why we don't fight. Why they are breaking our temples, we are not standing up. Why they are saying this, we are not doing. These kind of things are because this acceptance, tolerance is inbuilt into our thought process right from birth. There is a very beautiful definition of conversion in our culture, in our dharma. It says conversion is when a person drifts from this worldly life to a spiritual life, and the thought moves from this Maya to thought of the Lord. That is called conversion. That is conversion. The definition according to Sanatana Dharma is that. It is not like what we are hearing, what we understand today, whatever is happening in the world. That is not this is the meaning of conversion. When you move from worldly life into a spiritual life, when you understand that there is a spiritual aspect to your own life, that is called conversion. See, we Hindus are seekers. That is, we are all the time seeking, moving towards moksha. That is supposed to be our ultimate goal. And it is beautifully divided. That is dharma, artha, kama and moksha. See, artha and kama have been predominantly functioning in the last 70 years. And I would say there is a positive way of looking at it is the development in the country, overcoming poverty, improving literacy, getting infrastructure. We have now come up to 4th in the world, where we were some 100 and whatever at the time of partition. So we have come within the 70 years. So artha and kama were prominent and they have worked. It has worked. There is a positive aspect to it. But artha and kama have to be within the framework of dharma. That in these 70 years, there has been a lacuna there. Dharma and moksha have been at a very lower position in this last 70 years. Now, because the foundation, everything is now there, we are not struggling to get food or water or whatever. All that is over. High time we highlight dharma. High time. That is why there is a need for you people to become the ambassadors of Sanatana Dharma. You are the future of this nation. All those who are 40, we also are, but you all are more important. See, there was a lot of questions on why one devata is more important, one devata is more famous, why are they fighting with each other, and all these kind of things. I saw some questions. So here, see, human nature is divisive. Let me tell you. That is human nature. If you have 3 people, there will be 2 groups. That is human nature. God only has made us like that. What to do? So that is first thing. And then this, what did Adi Shankara do? Over the last so many, whatever happened, Adi Shankara, seeing that there was a lot of division, lot of infighting, lot of confusion that was going on, he did this Shanmatha Sthapana. So there, what did he do? He he created, said that Shaivism, worship of Shiva is supreme. Vaishnavism, worship of Vishnu is supreme. Then Shaktism, worship of Devi is supreme. Then Ganapatyam, that is Ganapati, worship. Kaumaram, worship of Lord Muruga. And then Shauram, worship of Surya. So he said all these, ultimately what he said was, all these various aspects, these are all aspects of that supreme Brahman, whether you call him Shiva or Vishnu or Devi, or you call him Ganapati or Kumara, or you call him Surya, ultimate is that supreme. So in this way, he tried to, it has made a lot of difference, except in certain instances you find people are having some difference in opinion. That is also, it is human. Gods didn't tell us, Shaivites go fight with Vaishnavites, Vaishnavites go fight with Shaktites. God didn't say. None of our scriptures say that. It is only human. So all this is the human interpretations which have created so much of confusion, and slowly we are coming out of it. So based on this Shanmatha Sthapana, a lot of unity has happened in the whole country, and also he created one Panchayatana Puja, in which all these devatas are kept in one form, and there is a specific way of doing that puja, and whichever is your Ishta Devata is kept in the center. If my Ishta Devata is Vishnu, Vishnu is in the center and the other. If yours is Shiva, Shiva is in the center and the others are kept in a, there is a form for it, and there is a specific puja which has got all the specific things are there in that. And now this now I will go to this concept of Ishta Devata. See, first I told you we have many gods, but we have one God. See, in all of this, each one of us, can have one Ishta Devata. Whichever, could be Hanuman, it could be Murugan, it could be Shiva, which sort of, appeals to you the most. And it is a must to have an Ishta Devata. So you can be a Vishnu Bhakta, but Rama may be your, Krishna may be your Ishta Devata. You can have your Ishta Devata. And there is always a doubt in everybody's mind that, if you go to, I am going to a Shiva temple, can I say Rama Mantra? After all, prayer and bhakti and whatever mantra that you are doing is in your mind is your temple. Wherever you go, maybe when I look at Shiva, for me Rama is I go do lot of Muruga Bhajana, I am involved, but Rama is my Ishta Devata. But I see Rama everywhere. I go to Skandagiri Murugan, after singing 2 hours of Tirupugal, I go and say Rama Rama Mantra only. There's nothing wrong. That Murugan is not going to get angry that I am saying Rama Mantra. That is what we should understand. That is what we should explain. When you feel, why they are fighting, whatever these things are happening are human. Our scriptures don't say go fight. We are doing, because human nature is divisive. You go to these countries, when you go abroad, naturally you go especially to Rome. Every second building is a huge church. Huge, unimaginable. Like in Tamil Nadu, if you travel, every 10 kilometers is a huge temple. Rome is exactly like that. Every 5 minutes, In a street, if you walk, there will be 3 huge churches. Wonderful architecture, wonderful sculptures, wonderful frescoes on the glasses, beautiful, good atmosphere. But so what? We used to go, both of us will go, sit there and say Sri Rama Rama Rameti and come. You should utilize the positive vibrations that are there in another religious place to your advantage. There, that Jesus Christ, what he says, I don't know. I know that place has good vibrations. I talk to my own Rama. That's it. There is nothing wrong. This concept should be there in your mind. Then you will understand. Then you will be proud enough to say, yes, I will wear a pottu and come to school. I will wear a bangle and go to the temple. These things, that is how it will come. This dress, we feel, what is there I can wear? Will you go to an office? They put, these restrictions. You have to wear this, you have to wear that. They do it. You do know, you get ready for it, you plan, you upgrade yourself, you do all kinds of things, you wear the right dress. Then why when you go to a temple, who says I should wear a sari and go to the temple? Why should I do it? Why? There is a dress code to go to work, there is a dress code to go to the temple. Do it. In that aspect at least we should do it. Otherwise there are various other reasons. I am not going into it. I am just telling you. See, we are talking of Ishta Devata. All of us have this picture in our mind, no? About, what is this? Come on. What is this picture? Vishnu.
What form of tell?
Vishwarupa Darshanam.
Vishwarupa Darshanam. In Vishwarupa Darshanam, what do you see? Everybody. Ganesha is there, Shiva is there, Murugan is there, Devi is there, everyone is there in that. Then what is your problem? That should be told. This picture should be told. When you say, why are they fighting in Devatas? So don't get into the why of all this. Get into the what should I do? How should I do? That is more important now. Not why. There are lots of whys. There will be. Because the world is full of people who want to divide. And it was started beautifully by the British. And we are still in that wonderful slave mentality. Fortunately, we are coming out of it. And the present scenario in the country is better. Hopefully, by 2047, Sanatana will become so rich, so powerful, so the knowledge and spirituality will spread to the rest of the world.
For the Gita shlokas, I asked Sutith to chant the 2 verses which show that there is unity in diversity. Please stand up. Please stand up. Look at your friends and chant.
यो यो याम्यां तनुं भक्तः श्रद्धयार्चितुमिच्छति तस्य तस्याचलां श्रद्धां तामेव विददाम्यहं सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम्.
Very good, very good. See, this yo-yo yam-yam is chapter 7, verse 21. Here, he says, whichever God, whichever devata, whatever a person has as his ishta or he wants to pray to, let him pray. This is in Gita. We are not saying anything out of our hat. It's all there. Pray to anybody. And then that I will help you to improve your bhakti towards that devata. This is what he is saying. And in the next shloka, he says, that concept of that I want to pray to Muruga or a Shiva has been given by me. I am sitting in your mind. That is the next shloka. He says, the creator of the faith in these gods is me. So then where is the question of why this, why that, why this? No, he is only making you pray to this. So these are the 2 shlokas which give the answer to 50% of your questions. In this Panchayatana Puja, I just wanted to make one point. Shalagrama represents Vishnu. The Sonabhadra stone represents Ganapati. The crystal represents Lord Surya. Swarnamukhi represents Devi. And Banalinga represents Lord Shiva. These are the 5. Either they keep it as stone, or some people keep Shaligraham and Shiva and keep other things as pictures, whatever. It all varies. So now I'm coming to the end of it. I think you all have been very well behaved. Know the basics of Sanatana. First of all, knowledge is very important. Unless you read and know, this is for all these young parents also, unless you read and know, and unless you sit with your child and watch, even watch Ramayana or watch some whatever you're watching, sit with your child and do it, no use. Because ultimately parent has to be the role model. So that is important. Then we believe in ahimsa paramo dharma. Then what?
Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Then?
Very good. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. We believe in that. We don't want to convert anybody. Okay? We respect all religions. We don't approve of devata ninda. Never give the feeling to the opposite person that I am happy that you're doing it. I don't like it, but I am peaceful. If it goes beyond I will hit you also if the chance comes, if the need comes. Vedas are most sacred. Following dharma is a way of life, not an option. It's not like, option question chhod do usko. I got 10, I have to do 8 questions out of that. Dharma I will leave. Rest I will take. No use. All the dharma are common to humanity, not to any specific people, specific person. Then, knowing that God is within us gives us immense strength. And knowing that God is also in everybody, you, everybody, and in the animals, that is the reason why we are so compassionate. That's the reason why we don't react so violently. So all your questions have been why this or why that. Now make it what should we do. I have tried to tell you what we should do, how we should do it, how we should go about it. I have tried to give this, and you will find the answers to all your questions. 90% of questions I think I have answered. And then last bit, you are the torch bearers and ambassadors of the future of Sanatana Dharma in the world. Mind you, in the next 50 years, if there is any Dharma that is there in the rest of the world, it has to be Sanatana Dharma. Because so many religions went away, so many will go away. This will still stay. We are 70 years after freedom. We have more or less crossed our initial difficulties. So now it is you who can get back the glory of Sanatana Dharma to this world. So people will flock to Sanatana without our asking them to. And our great saints like Swamiji, Swami Vivekananda, or Chinmaya, or Dayananda Saraswati, or Amritanandamayi, or presently Sri Sri Ravi Shankar or Sadguru, or so many of them. Present Kanchi Parivar is doing a lot for this. All of them are doing a lot to spread Sanatana Dharma. So, and you are all the future. So let us hope and pray that we reach there. Following Dharma is always tough. Don't think it's an easy job. But yes, if you take that resolve in your mind, that should be your tapasya. I have taken a resolve that I will follow Dharma. It will happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doctor. That was a very, very enlightening talk. I personally felt the best part of it was the structure that she brought into our thinking. Many of us, we created a discussion group last week on WhatsApp, right? Many of us shot so many questions into the group that everyone was like, the kids are thinking so much. There are so many thoughts, unanswered questions in all of our minds. So she brought a lot of structure into her presentation, and as she rightly explained, the answer to why is attitude. Somebody's attitude may be wrong. That doesn't stop you from doing the right thing. And she gave us enough fodder for what is the right thing to be done. We learned, we repeated, and she reinforced it through examples and stories. It was a wonderful satsangam with Doctor. Now, I ask children and youth, actually I shouldn't call you children, you're all young adults. I ask all of you to come up and ask any further questions
Three
that you may have.
questions
Before
which
you
are
ask
not
questions,
answered.
before you ask questions, no, some questions which are already put in the group, those can be asked right now. Before we ask questions, did you know that there is a right way to ask questions and our Sanatana Dharma teaches us that? Did you know? Any guesses what that is? I know Shashwata knows because I asked her to tell that, but anyone else knows? Nimisha, what is the right way? Tell me.
Raise your hand and speak.
There is a shloka from the Bhagavad Gita. That's the hint I'm giving.
You're supposed to inquire something and
Shloka number. Or the name. Okay, let's share it with everyone. Come, Shashwata, share the shloka with everyone and explain the meaning.
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः. The right way to ask a question to a guru is first we should humbly approach the guru, and then we should offer our namaskaram to the guru, and then we should humbly ask the question, and our right attitude should be to seek the knowledge like a sincere seeker from the guru, and not to ultimately prove our own motive or our own knowledge. Then the guru will understand our question and give the right knowledge to us in the right way in which we can understand easily.
Fantastic.
There is
There
not
is one
one.
last point I forgot to tell.
Okay, please carry on.
Now this guru, she said, no. You know, everybody should have a guru. That's a must. All of you have Varsha. Be close to her. You know what? The guru is the best psychiatrist in the world. She's the best whoever is the best psychiatrist with the world. You will never need to go to a doctor, search for a psychiatrist who's going to give you solution for your depression, for your anger, for your... Be close. Identify one guru. Be close to that person. Be able to open your heart to that person and see the change that life brings to you. That will totally change your problems in life, because the guru is the best psychiatrist. Everybody rushes to psychiatrists. Oh, my daughter is in depression, my daughter is unable to study, my daughter is doing, son is doing this. They want, and they'll come to us. If I say go to a guru, they will think I am crazy. They want me to say go to a psychiatrist. So this is, I can give you examples. There was once a situation when a baby was extremely sick. We had done what we could do, very preterm baby, whatever, and we knew that we are going to lose that child. I just came out of the NICU and told the parent, please pray more intensely. Only a miracle can save this child. You know how they took it? They fought back saying this doctor has no knowledge. She's asking us to pray. That is the world today. That is the world today. Arey, you should pray anyway. The doctor cannot give life. Doctor only does what can be done in the physical plane. Unless that Upar Paramatma wants you to survive, nobody will survive. But they fought. They came and told me, what is this? This doctor doesn't know anything. Lack of knowledge. That's why she's telling go to pray. This has happened outside at the door of my NICU. They have created such a racket. So this is the kind of people we have all around us. So how strong you have to be in your knowledge to be able to convince all of them. Please, sorry.
No.
There's one more thing I have to tell, but you finish.
tell.
See, when we go through difficult times and when we go through good times, you know, there's a story here of a guru telling a king that the king asks him, you know, I get very upset, I get very upset when something goes wrong, and I'm extremely elated when everything is doing very well. But, so then this guru says, he gives him one small stone or something, and something is written on it. So he says, whenever you get very upset, look at it. Whenever you are very happy, look at it. There are 4 words written in that. What are those 4 words?
This too shall pass.
Yes, correct. So, this too will pass. your good time or your bad time or your worst time, whatever, this too will pass. So if we remember that, then we will never get into that desperate situation as though finished, the world is falling on my head. That kind of thing will not come. This too will pass. So remember that. And also please read this. This is very important. That's it now.
The prayer thing, I just wanted to give one small anecdote. I deal with patients who are most of them are sick. Most of them are on their way up, final stages, and they come to us. So I just have to give no objection certificate for them to go. That is the job. So what I do is normally I tell them, all the attendants call them at a family meeting and tell them, patient is very sick, he's on support, he's on dialysis, he's on this drip, that drip, all supports are going on. 50% our effort, 50% your prayers. If the patient comes out, our medicine has succeeded. If the patient kicks, your prayer has failed. So they keep quiet. Ultimately, half of it is their responsibility. If it is, it's not my responsibility. Your prayers have failed. So that is what, because over the years we have dealt with, see, medicine is, treating patient is science, but treating the attendants is art. Over a period of time, these are things which medical school doesn't teach us. Over a period of time, how we have spoken to the patient attenders 25 years back and how we speak today is vastly different. Now, these days we have to be curt, downright, uncouth, unkempt language. Only then they understand. Still they don't understand. They're ready to fight. But like that, you can partly involve them also in the process. If the patient dies, ultimately you are also responsible for that.
Your prayers failed.
Now, quickly we will have questions. For the youth participants, please ask. This is your chance. Wait, not Yuvraj, just a second. We have to give chance to all the children, okay? Right. Anyone, Sreshta, do you have a question to ask? Are any of your questions unanswered? I think all of them are answered, no? What about you, Shashwata? All your questions are answered. Other kids, Yashika, Sankash and Nimisha did not ask any questions. Any other, Arnav? All of your questions are answered, Joshika? Everyone's questions are answered.
Arnav, what do you want to ask?
My question is going to be, I think it's already answered. I've understood it as already partly answered, but what I just wanted to ask, you said ahimsa is paramo dharma. And yes, I understand, of course it is, and the way you specified it and the way you made it more clear, it was beautiful. It showed me a whole new view. But when himsa has already happened, when, for example, our temples have already been destroyed, how do we react to that? If not by getting outraged, that is himsa, I understand. But instead of that, how do we get those back, or how do we make that right?
Yeah, we're doing it step by step. We got Ayodhya, we'll get others also slowly, provided we have a good government. See, these are political things now.
Yeah.
They are not in our hands. And individually we can do nothing. We have got. One by one it will happen. But our dharma also says, that same spot only Rama was born and there are people arguing. So, we give choice, we give scope for us people to ask any question. And in the whole universe, when we say the whole universe is Brahman, we feel if it is 100 feet away, 1 kilometer away, kya hota? That attitude is also there. That's how we are surviving in this world.
I have one point to add to actually what Doctor just said. See, Arnav, Somnath got attacked 16 times. Somnath was rebuilt 16 times. We don't give up. We work, we have a positive attitude, and we keep the collective memory alive. That is the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. We don't forget. Okay, we don't fight, but we give back. We build. We will not. You remember Bodhshala came back to us now? Saraswati Devi is being worshipped in Soundarya Lahari class I had shared 2 months ago or 3 months ago, almost in tears, how Saraswati Devi is no longer worshipped there. And now there is a murti there.
Yes.
We are allowed to worship. So we will fight. Our collective memory will not go.
That's right. Your responsibility is more.
Yeah.
You people have to do the next. Carry the baton forward.
Study law. Be aware of your rights. You know, common citizens can file cases, right? Public interest litigations. Hindus can do that. Any other questions from any of the girls? Anybody else? Joshika, done. Any of the adults? Any of the young mothers?
Anybody
anyone?
here?
Has anyone anything to say or anything to ask?
Anything anybody has?
Okay, 2 questions.
You can't ask questions, Bob. Bob is not, he's barred. Who's there? Somebody raise their hand.
Yeah,
here.
please ask.
Who? Swasni.
Thank you so much, Auntie and Varsha. Maybe not a question, a suggestion. Children should be taught to politely say no to conversion. Someone comes and just says, "Come pray to my God." Let the child not get very, emotional and just say, "No, I'm sorry, I am my gods. Let me pray to my gods." Because
100%.
I have my photo or my murti or whatever in my cell phone or in my puja room. Let me do it. I don't have to go to someone else's place and then, pray. I think that one thing child should be taught. No to conversion and no going to other religious places to worship.
Very true. That's why if you have the knowledge, you will do it.
Here again, I like to tell something. I was in Pondicherry. One person approached me for conversion. So that time I just told for what I should get converted. He said, "God will give you." My God has given me everything. I am so happy. So he literally next second he moved away from me. I said, "I don't have any grievances at all. I'm the happiest person, so why should I go for some more prayers? I'm very happy with all whatever God has given me." So that way, if we also, it is a way of saying politely no with your this thing positive will make them more.
Move away from us.
Move away and powerless madri they will also feel.
True. Good. Bob, don't ask me a tough question.
Hello. Hello everyone, my name is Karunya. So I'm not asking a question, but I wanted to say something.
Come.
So Arnav's question was about ahimsa. What we do usually is we directly translate the Sanskrit word to an English word. So when we say ahimsa, we think it's non-violence. But he's your friend, right?
Yeah.
So if someone is beating him, what will you do?
I'll go beat them.
Yes, but is that not ahimsa?
Stopping violence through violence, -1 plus X.
Correct. And that's what Jatayu also did. So that thing is not ahimsa. Ahimsa is when you sit quiet also, that is ahimsa. Yeah. When you have to talk or take action and you don't, that's also ahimsa. So Auntie spoke a lot of things. Every time I think about a topic, it's there on the slide. So, but I just wanted to cover one more point, is that Swayam Bodh and Shatru Bodh. Bodh means awareness, or it's kind of self-awareness. Swayam Bodh is to think. So if you have an opponent, if you are in a fight or you have an argument, a debate, you first think about what you want to talk, what you know. When you have knowledge, you can talk. Stay physically fit, no self-defense. These are the kind of situations which we might fall in. So when you are in a physical fight with someone, you don't just concentrate on yourself. You also know your opponent, right? Knowing the opponent is more important. So that is Shatru Bodh. So you need to know yourself and you need to know your opponent also. Only then, that's the only way you can win a fight. So that is very important nowadays for the youth. Recently, there is an outrage on Cockroach Janata Party. Right? So, Cockroach Janata Party, initially when we got to know about this, without the face behind it, we thought, okay, this guy is someone who is talking so many things about the government. And even BJP, we call it a Hindu party, but then there are so many things that we need to talk about against BJP also when they are not doing the right thing. So when this Cockroach Janata Party came up and it started to talk things, we thought, okay, good, great. It spoke about so many things. But later on, when we got to know about the face behind it, we know that it's nothing but Aam Aadmi Party and nothing else. So he's just a guy who was between 2020 to 2022, he was with the social media of Aam Aadmi Party. So, although we want someone to talk against the government when they are doing the wrong things, the kids or the Gen Z who are literally below 30 and 31 years, they need to look and ask the deeper questions. And Sanatana Dharma teaches us that. So when we got to know about a story from the Sanatana Dharma, we only look at the story, but we don't look at the deeper things behind that. The same case happened now also. We only saw that there is some guy who's talking about. But are we understanding the intentions? We Indians are very smart people. It's just that we get emotional. So it is about time that we don't get emotional, but we start thinking and start reading between the lines. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Very well spoken. So just before we close, I have to offer a vote of thanks, and then we will close with the Medha Suktam by Srimati Pooja.
Yeah, Pooja.
First, I thank Dr. Girija Krishnan for a wonderful talk and this wonderful super audience. Everyone was participative. I think we all learnt a lot. It was really worth our time. And for all the back-end support, I owe a special thanks to Srimati Pooja Pavan, Srimati Rama Bharat, and Srimati Chitra Ramesh. They were the backbone of the event. They made so many things happen so smoothly that I could sit here comfortably. We also thank Tandava Media for the videography, and Hanumantarao Garu for the mic system, and Mukundan Mama for the light lunch that is being served. So all of you, please definitely have lunch. And most importantly, I must thank Dr. Krishnan and Dr. Girija Krishnan for allowing us to use this amazing space for the event. It's their house. They've thrown it open to all of us to have this wonderful event. Thank you so much, Doctor. Thanks a lot. We'll have the Medha Suktam recitation and close.
ॐ मेधा देवी जुषमानान आगां द्विष्वार्चि भद्रासुमनस्यमानां त्वया जुष्टनृतमानां दुरुक्तान् बृहद्वतेव विदते सुवीराः त्वया जुष्ट ऋषिर्भवति देवे त्वया ब्रह्मा गतश्रीरुतत्वयाः त्वया जुष्टश्चित्तं विन्दतेव सुसानो जुषस्व द्रविणो न मेधे मेधाम इन्द्रो ददातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधा मे अश्विना उभागा दत्तां पुष्करस्रजाम् अप्सरासु चया मेधा गन्धर्वेषु चयन्मनः देवी मेधा सरस्वती सामा मेधा सुरभिर्जुषन्तां मेधा सुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णां जगति जगम्याम् ऊर्जस्वती पयसा पिन्वमानां सामान् मेधा सुप्रतीका जुषन्तां मयि मेधा मयि प्रजा मयि अग्निस्तेजो ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजा मयि इन्द्रियं ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजा मयि सूर्यो भ्राजो ददातु ॐ हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंस प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।